Okay, get ready. 10, 9, 8, 7.
So our official for today. But tomorrow we'll be looking after things on the score, keeping everyone right. It's the Art Museum behind Art Gallery and Museum here in the West End, built in the late 1800s. Well, New Zealand are just finishing off their warm-up on the trial ends. They're just finishing off the trial ends, the two teams. Very young team, this New Zealand team. So Goddard's only 20 years of age, and only McIlroy 23. Mandy Boyd skipping, 22 years of age, was skipping at Commonwealth Games. Very young. Val Smith has been around a long time. She's playing third. Gold medalist in singles at World Championship. Silver. So we're off and running. A little bit behind some of the other matches, but they'll pick that up. Fours is a bit like that. Takes a bit longer to get through the trial ends. Selina Goddard. In many ways, it's an interesting change as well, Sharon, that they've gone to a very, very young team. Obviously, we're looking at not only this games, but the next one as well in Queensland.
Yes, and some of these younger players have come through their junior ranks and their under 25 ranks to make it here now in the open field, and they've been wonderful players as youngsters as well.
And Zambia cannot be underestimated. Everlyn Namutowe is playing lead. Another one of our pairs that are married, Amy McIlroy.
Yes, married to Shannon, who's also here, competing in the men's singles.
Well, there you go. Come to Commonwealth Games, Scotland, have a holiday afterwards. Sophia and Matipa. Oh, it's underneath. I tell you what, Zambia could be in trouble in this first end.
It's often a case of someone will jump out of the gate, so to speak, and it can be a little bit dangerous to drop a big score on that first couple of ends.
2-hour 15-minute time limit, of course, for the first time in Commonwealth Games. They're using a very strict time limit. Amy getting under her own ball by the looks of it. Yep, that's good. Got one out to the wing on the backhand, but not a terribly big issue. The short Zambian balls are on the backhand in the way. It's not going to be anything easy to get to. Good effort. Very good effort.
I think it's still playing down there, Val. We touch on the jacks, all good. Just got to get inside yours, Susan. Even if you finish here, it's very good.
Val Smith's also a player who lives in Australia, in Sydney, in fact, working at one of the bowls clubs there.
Silver medalist in the singles in Delhi. Val Smith, very experienced player at all levels for New Zealand. Also the oldest on the team at 48. Still seems quite young to me, but however, she keeps telling me she's younger than me.
That'll never change.
Etta Mackenzie. We'll just get the players' identification through on the first end, then we'll move to their first names. Easily identified. New Zealand, line 2 at the moment. Val very much into the fitness regime as well. Plays a lot of football, or did play a lot of football at one stage. Soccer, of course, not rugby. And that's one of her own. Happy enough for that. Happier of the two will be Mandy Boyd from New Zealand. It's a really good position to be in the first end. 4 matches over 15 ends. It's possible to get all 15 ends in before the 2-hour 15-minute indicator, but usually goes all the way.
Mandy putting a nice backward in there, collecting the cover shot.
Well, it's always safer to do that, isn't it, under the circumstances? You work on the basis if you're line 2 or 3. Put one in just in case the jack goes back.
Especially in the early days when the opposition may be a little unknown as to how they play the game. If they're an attacking team, it's always good to put those bowls in as cover.
Skip for Zambia, Foster Banda. Not wasting any time. This needs to reach, and it is. Oh, a little bit unlucky. Edged their own ball out. That could be very costly. They might have brought another couple of the New Zealand balls in.
Sometimes it's good to take a bit of a chance and make sure you reach, but it's also have to look at the dangers. Here's that bowl again. Yep, also reaching who's out.
Yes, the edge and the jack was the problem as well as the ball. It's brought in all the New Zealand balls, and this could be a big score. It is indeed. It's 5. There was 2 on the situation before the last ball, but that movement of the ball and the jack has created a handful for New Zealand. And they'll be very, very pleased with that.
New Zealand keeping the mat well back and throwing reasonably long in.
That wonderful background to play balls in. Quite often we find at these major events, because of the requirement of 4, 5 or 6 greens, they're usually purpose-built outside of the city somewhere, where there's plenty of land. They can build up a new centre of excellence, as they did in Melbourne. Whereas in Glasgow, well, they've kept us right into the West End and right in the hub of a really nice place, I have to say.
And again, Selina, but your last track's awesome.
The girls will probably take just a few ends to find their weight. Then we'll hope to see bowls arriving a little closer.
Let's see. The problem there is falling into that trap, of course, of relaxing. You cannot afford to relax for a moment on these greens, simply because they're a little bit pushy, they're a little bit heavier. So it's absolutely essential to keep that concentration going, in particular after the second bowl. I've seen in so many matches the first bowl is really a range finder.
Everlyn on that occasion overcorrecting a little on weight. The first one finishing well behind the jack.
Probably going to have to play it a little bit quieter.
And that's moving across a bit.
Weight's awesome.
Good weight.
The inside edge of yours.
Closest so far.
Make 2 of it.
That hand looks like it's got a little bit of movement on it. Must be lovely though at that age, 20 and 23, at the front end of New Zealand, to be travelling across the world to represent the Kiwis.
Yes, and plenty of years in front of them, I'm sure. Little touch of the jack there from Sophia from Zambia. Unfortunately not staying with it.
Takes you back and you think, I want to be 20 again, but I was 22 at my first one, so I suppose it was the same for me when I think about it.
I'm not sure if I want to go that far back.
Still nothing terribly close, but as long as you're closer than the opposition, it doesn't really matter.
Another close, well done.
Sophia's bowl then, just getting in amongst those group of bowls at the front, not finding its way through.
Push through. It's essential to get that first ball right up to the jack, adjust back the way rather than trying to adjust by putting weight on. Far better to work the other way. This is better. Yep, that's the closest so far.
Like your weight, buddy.
Lovely easy action. Alan Smith. Good backswing. Push this one out a bit more, but it needs to run. Yep, got the edge. Oh my goodness, that was a big edge.
Handy rub there.
That was a cliff edge.
That was heading across the head too, so you know, take those opportunities when they come. Here it is again. Little edge off that front bowl, big edge off that front bowl. Coming in for the shot.
That was a good effort as well. In the general direction, but New Zealand holding a single. Lots of matches going on, of course, all over the greens, every rink being used, and there will be some background noises and claps that may not actually reflect the play that we're watching. It's all part of the atmosphere. Come on, Mandy, can you add another? Don't be afraid of it, push it out. Getting caught down on the inside line as well. And one of the things we find in the UK is certainly there's different styles, different approaches, but one of the things that we do very much approach is get up to the jack at the early stages. There's definitely an attacking player. She's playing through for that. Playing it on the right side though. Staying away from the forehand where she could take her own ball out.
Pushed it out a little further.
Whoa. I think that's what you call an overcorrection. Goodness me, unless she was playing inside for the ball to rest it off, but don't think that was worth it whenever you're just laying a single.
I'm not certain that was the plan.
Nope, no. Another attacking ball trying to remove the New Zealand one. You're too close, Aussie, that's the problem. One more for the Kiwis. I'll stick to that, it'll be easier.
I'm very good at confusing people.
And 6-0 after 2, and really what the Kiwis will want to do now is just treat it really as a 13-end game. They've got their lead. They want to carry that 6 shots all the way to the end. So fight it out now, right from the start. Seen a lot of that. Lead, first ball, dropping short. But if you're going to play long ends, you have to be reaching. It's not even a full length jack, that's just a 3/4 length. Minimum distance, of course, is 23 meters.
Everlyn finding her weight on this occasion. It's a lovely, lovely bowl toucher.
Zambia, a very quiet team. Like I say, it doesn't seem to be too much communication between them.
Come on now, Brent. Keep it, bud. Yeah, it's in the end.
Everlyn looking like she's reaching well again.
Oh, that's good stuff. Really good stuff.
Go down your hand, Ames. Yep.
She starts doing that on a few ends, it's going to cause a lot of problems. Two very good bowls.
Come on, Ames. There. Good.
Amy giving her bowl a chance then. Sat Zambia's second shot, but went out of the head a little too far.
Just draw in. Well done. Nancy. Well done, Trace. Trip was real good, Ames. Just take a meter or so off. Doing it nice and close. Second shot's real good, bud.
Kiwi's really looking just to get something in close to these two balls to try and work at it. The front stuff's going in, and that's a problem. You have to fight your way through that. It's okay on a fast green. You can use timing shots. Allow the ball to come back with a little bit of weight. But on the slower greens, it's much more difficult.
Amy. Good.
Needed a thin edge. Still, something to work off.
There's an edge off that front pole, a little bit too much of an edge. Not quite running in far enough for second shot.
Well, that's another ball in the way. Half back line now on one side.
We're two down. Yeah, draw close down there. Second one's that far behind.
Becoming one of those ends for New Zealand that they would be happy to get away with one down perhaps.
Track's good for that side, Val. Val, you're close. Come on now, front. Come on, Val, front.
Got a chance with this one. Good second. That's the best you hope for. Whenever you've got an awkward head, get in a good second shot, build on that. It's also a good example of how critical the lead is.
I think Val will be trying to get another good bowl close. She won't be playing an attacking shot.
It's not really sitting well for an attacking shot at the moment. You know, when you've got one ball in the head, it's just not enough. Easy way to lose counts, and they're 6-0 up. Now they really should be thinking to themselves, well, if we do end up with second shot here, it's not a disaster. That's good stuff from Val Smith. She's put one in at second. She's put another one in around the back. It's a good end for the Kiwi third. Just dropping on the short side.
Nice line, Edda's bowl then. Just, as you say, just a little on the short side.
Well, it's all the balls in front, that's the problem. You know, there's a direct line into the jack, but everything has to be absolutely perfect, line and weight. It's not particularly easy.
And when you have those bowls in front, sometimes from the mat end, it doesn't look too pretty.
Mandy Boyd. Full tracksuit. Going to get very warm in those tracksuit bottoms by the end of this match.
Good effort from Mandy, especially in the wearing black, which attracts the sun.
Yes, it is. It's good to be in shorts, to be honest. A lot of teams use a traditional white. Foster doesn't waste any time. She's down there very quickly, and it's good, this one. Oh, that's a good ball, and may not be second shot.
Won't be a lot in it.
I think I heard Val just shouting up just the one.
Too much on your last, Mandy.
Still a draw.
Maybe the New Zealand players weren't prepared for this beautiful weather we have here at the moment.
Well, they've been here long enough to work it out. I'm sure there's shorts in there somewhere in their kit. They're very well funded. Trying with this. Trying with this. Oh, it's dropped back. It's another good second. Well, third and skip for New Zealand have really tightened this head down.
Here's that last bowl again. Just arriving to sit on those back bowls. Another counter for New Zealand.
So one shot to Zambia, no change with the last delivery. Skip's marking the card as per the rules.
Hold on. Very good. Well done. Yep.
Every 5 ends or so, have a tendency to check with their opponent that the scorecards are right. And they correspond with the scoreboards at each end as well. Give them over at the end of the match, sign them off. Does prove a point though. The Leeds bowl stayed there the whole time. You know, that was Everlyn's bowl and didn't change the whole head. So a really good bowl early. It's obviously hard to beat. Well, that's better. That's the idea. Get that first bowl up behind the jack. Always going to be useful there. I wouldn't even have tried to adjust it with the next one. Danger is if you try and adjust when you're just a foot or so away, you end up 4 or 5 feet away. Very, very hard to take off that small distance. The idea, try to play almost the same ball.
Much better weight then for Selina.
We had a quiet word in her ear to say, worth reaching. Don't leave me in trouble with the short stuff, because you just can't get around it when it comes to these slower greens. Will change if the weather continues. Greens harden up. Oh, made the gap. The greens will harden up, and all the play they're getting at the moment on 2 sessions, 2 matches each session, so 4 matches on most of these rinks. Speed of the green will pick up probably by 2 or 3 seconds.
Amy's first bowl dropping well short of the jack. Ball's turning in well. It depends on the weight now.
Yes, there seems to be that big swing on the forehand.
Got that aim, Zubin. Sort of drawing into that one. It's going to be a real good spot.
The last end playing that direction. Most of the players were tied across the head by a little bit anyhow.
Very upright stance. That's what you need to get the backswing going for an outdoor green. Quite a lot of indoor players have a semi-crouch stance. But when you've got the heavier outdoor greens, a full stance is useful. And there's the end result. And that's very good. Smith now will be chewing away at her gum all game.
Here's that ball again, just taking the jack back. Probably for 3 shots, I would say, for New Zealand there.
I think the important thing is that it dropped down in front of the jack, so it's sort of got it hidden.
Yeah, when you give that bowl a chance, you've got all the, it's all in front of you.
Just going to swing away, so play the same ball again on the backhand. Drop in on her own balls, punch them through, that's the idea. Tactically, nothing for short.
If she finds the gap, she'll end up in a good position in behind.
See all the other matches going on in the 2 greens in the background. Some players have to listen for their instructions. In the area again. That's good. Just the wrong side of the ball, but still very useful. They're playing on the forehand, taking one of her balls, just edging it. That's opened up the Zambian ball at the back, though. And get a better sight of it. Yep, they have indeed. Now the Kiwis will be chasing that back ball. And beside the hand of Mandy Boyd. So, saying reach right up to your own balls. If you miss your own balls, you can get their ball on the inside. But it needs to hurry, needs to run. Nope, nothing for short, because all that does is block your way in with the next one.
Yeah, she won't be too happy with that one, because there was a lovely line down onto that back bowl, as you say.
Well, it hasn't completely stuffed it, but it's just made it more difficult, that's all.
To really look at the weight on that shot now. Well,
see what Foster does. And that ball is actually keeping 2 New Zealand balls out of the count, so Zambia need another ball in.
it's close.
Well, brought the jack, and actually, to be honest with you, I'm not sure if that's really helped. It's pushed it very slightly more towards the New Zealand balls.
Might well have brought those bowls in.
But irrespective, the back ball is available. It's on the bottom of the picture in the centre of the 3. You want to remove that, and there'll be line 4 or 5 shots.
Val just indicating to Mandy then the shot you suggest.
Certainly looks like she's got a pretty good weight.
Come on, buddy. Oh, only 2 free.
Not as far as I thought. That's a little bit further away in our picture, to be fair. Well, we can see this match from our commentary position, albeit about 50 metres away, but 60 metres away, but we can see it's closer than that. Foster wastes absolutely no time, and that's a big gap. Got to be up this time. Got to be down that channel, take the ball out, lift your 5 shots, maybe even 6.
She had a good line with her first, if she can find the weight.
Well, just put 2 yards on your last. Not complicated. Just get down there and play it. Well, they're calling it. Must have some sort of a chance. Must have a chance. The ball's what she wants. He's got it. That's the idea. Well played. Now that's going to make a massive difference, just pushing that ball out 6 inches. Now we'll see them all taken out. There you go. That's 3 already. There's going to be at least 1 or 2 more.
Here's that last bowl coming down now of Mandy's. Sitting that back bowl, just rolling it out far enough to bring those other 2 bowls of New Zealand into the count.
Yeah, that was a big reaction. Everybody could see what was going to happen, but it was all, yep, that's going to be in. I think it's got to be another 5 here. And Zambia tactically, yep, there it is, 5 shots. Zambia tactically played that end completely wrong. Should have been packing the head with balls just to make sure that couldn't happen. Got it wrong though, and the Kiwis have taken advantage. And that's a big score, 11-1, after only 4 ends. 2 5s, of course. And that might well be the case with some teams that are maybe not just as tactically aware. They get very jack focused. Always looking to get to the jack for the first shot instead of just saying, hold on a second here. You know, it's maybe worth playing for 2nd or 3rd or 4th shot just to make sure they don't lose big points. Once again, first ball short. Selina's going to have to think about that. Last end, she was right up with 2 good balls. That created a big advantage.
Zambia also dropping short there.
Actually, the weight was good with that ball, just got caught on her own.
Which is so often the case. You drop your first one short, it's like a magnet.
Well, it is, but if I was Mandy boy, I'd be saying, look, play for a yard behind the jack with your first ball. Don't even look at the jack from the point of view of getting close. Put a position ball in. If you're short, you're going to be very close to the jack. And if you're played it well, you'll still only be 3 feet away in a good position. Page 3 of the coaching manual, I think. After delivery, stance, use of the mat. But it is amazing how many players forget something like that. Well, that's if they've ever been told it in the first place.
Well, that's true. A lot of countries that don't have the training, that some of the nations do, wouldn't have even heard some of those basic thoughts in bowls.
I like basic thoughts that way. I really
like
do.
basic thoughts too.
Keep the basics, because if you keep it simple, and to be honest with you, in heavy greens in the UK, if you keep it simple, it's amazing just how successful you can be. You can be very, very successful. Stick to the basics and do those very well. Don't complicate things too much.
And just keep thinking about that yard behind.
Missed the line, don't go chasing the ball, stay back on the mat.
She didn't look happy with that one when she released it, but it's making that look awfully unpleasant from the front there.
Yeah, it's all a bit messy up there.
Might find the hole through, but too far.
The problem here is that, you know, I often find with some players, especially the younger players, it's in their mind, I'm going to run up after this ball before they've even delivered it. You know, just keep that to the back of your mind. Deliver the ball. If you think it's going to be close, go after it. You're young enough to get there before the ball does.
I tend to agree. I do see that a lot in Australia. The young ones wanting to go for a run. Nothing worse than chasing a bowl that's 10 feet short.
Val didn't go after that one.
No.
Very wisely.
As you say, it creates a problem in itself. You know, you run off the mat a little early and...
Well, let's push the ball in.
Amy's a still shot. Come on. Yeah.
Instructions coming through. Has to be get the ball up and in. Well, some balls outside our rings. That's usually an indicator for me to make sure that... Well, no, we'll not get Rover out yet. We don't need the sheepdog to round them up just quite yet. This is better. That's the idea. There you go.
Found that lovely track through there, which is there, obviously. She just found it. Lovely weight.
Sort of proves the point that the line is there. Hit it down chasing after this one, but missed it on the inside.
A handy edge, but...
There's still a couple of balls against her though. It's all in the Kiwis' favour.
Sometimes you've just got to trust that bowl's going to come in. You throw it out with good weight and trust it.
Well, once again, that's not reaching, but if it had been on a wider line, it might have proved to have some protection qualities, but it's not the case. The head is still open to draw on the backhand. Well, that actually will help the Kiwis. The ball's been moved across. And there's still room either side of it or punch it in. So that's worth arriving to. It's on a lovely line. It's all about the weight to sneak inside. Yep, that'll do.
Not the ideal gap, but found a way through.
Well, either side of that ball was always going to be good as long as the weight was correct. Good correction from her first ball.
Just finding its way through that gap nicely.
Well, there's two, maybe three. No change with the last ball. We'll just wait for the marker to confirm for us. Wow, New Zealand are really motoring now. I have to say, though, the opposition was somewhat poor after a good day yesterday. Zambia are struggling this morning, 14-1 down after 5 ends. And that is not a very good situation to be in.
Plenty of ends left in this match, but with a start like that for New Zealand, it's always going to be very, very hard to peg that score back.
Good spot, bud. Yeah, good weight there.
Selina got her first ball through this time.
Good ball from Everlyn. That might be.
Yeah, it's Everlyn. Yeah, Everlyn. I was just checking that was Everlyn. We're so used to Evelyn, aren't we? Great name, so I love it. Foster Panda is the skip. I think that's a great thing. Foster Panda. Great name. Foster Panda and Edda playing third for Zambia. It's all a bit loose after the leads. Once again, you get the impression that whoever's in first is going to score in the completion at the end.
Track's close. Well played, Ames. Spot.
Mandy racing through with her first, but probably had in her mind to make sure she reached. Good ball there from Sophia. Very good weight.
Certainly got your shoulder behind this one. Looks like the weight is not too bad. Well, that's slowed down so quickly. That must be really heavy over in that rink, because I was watching it all the way. Looked like she got her body movement forward. Looked like she pushed it all the way through. Still ended up short. Oh, that was a nice little edge.
Probably had good weight on that.
So we have another 10 ends to go. 15 ends, 2 hours, 15 minutes on this match.
Bell reaching through, perhaps open that side up a little bit better for her next bowl.
Everything bowls can be a funny old game. 14-1's a comfortable lead, but we've seen that peg back before. Now that is going to be difficult to negotiate. What you really do in this situation is you forget about the jack and you play to the closest bowl. Yeah, that's what Val's doing. Playing down on the forehand, that's the closest Zambian bowl. If you beat that, you're going to be close to the shot. Well, she beat it okay, but just managed to run through an extra foot or two.
A very good effort. Jack's a little bit blind to you from the mat, but just running through that a little bit too far.
Good ball. That was nice. Ball past the jack, pushed it into a very good back position, but stayed in for the shot. Yeah, big smile. Edda, you're allowed to smile. That's it. Go on.
Here's his bowling. Very good ball from Edda. Collecting that front one, pushing it into a great position, staying there for the shot.
Nice and solid, all the way through the jack. It's still open for Mandy to get in here. This is all about the weight now. Has she got enough to carry it? Not quite. The line was absolutely perfect.
Just needs a touch more. Slight push. Can Foster get another one in there?
Come on, my check. Come on, my check.
Very good effort. Good
Oh,
bowl
nice.
there.
That's in.
That may actually give Mandy a bit of a sight, that bowl. She may be able to see that from the mat. A little bit of a guide.
Yeah, it's a good shoulder, as we would call it, good rester. Forget about the jack, just rest the bowl. You stay on that bowl, you'll get the shot. I don't think New Zealand will worry about losing a single, but they certainly don't want to lose 2 or 3. A little bit extra weight on the same line. Certainly got extra weight. No, she had the weight, I think.
Yeah, missing a line on the tight side then.
Spare shot chance. Foster.
Played the first one so well. Not bad weight.
No, was just struggling a little bit there. That was all. So let's see. 1, 2, 3 taken out.
Has it snuck past far enough?
4. It's getting worse. It's a bad end for the Kiwis. And suddenly this game's going to tighten up a little bit. Say 14-1 sounds very good until you lose a 4 or 5.
How one end can turn a match around sometimes.
I think it's 5. Four shots. Still, it's a nice little end for Zambia. Didn't have to do anything particularly good about, didn't need to take balls out or rest anything. They just draw it in or drawing in the whole time. Early in the morning. We're going walkabout.
A little bit of catching up to do to me.
It'll be interesting to see how Zambia can build on that lovely count now, because another couple of shots and all of a sudden this game will take on a different light. And that's a very good opening ball from Everlyn.
You find sometimes when a team pick up a number like that, even if they are well behind, they get a new lease in the game. They lift a gear. New Zealand's going to have to be very careful for the next couple of ends. Short bowl there from Selina. Not what they would hope for.
Changed her hand. I wouldn't have. I'd have stayed on the same one, just tried to ignore the front ball.
The front ball's a long way short. It's really not in her line at all.
A lot of teams are, especially more inexperienced ones, are very inclined that if there's a ball even remotely in the way to change. But if you move to the other side of the rink, inevitably they're 2 different weights. The first ball is completely wasted. And give a chance for the Kiwis to take advantage. Used it as a sighter. Selina just said, right, I'll have a bit of that, thanks very much.
Amy down the forehand, coming in nicely. Will it make it? No, just a bit short on weight there. Had a good track.
It's so easy to drop short out there. It really is. I have to say, I thought the green would be playing just a little bit quicker. You know, some of the greens back home are absolutely flying. The weather conditions we've had.
No trouble reaching with that one.
A lot of clubs now are looking at the artificial surface instead of the grass, which a lot of players are not happy about, but I think it's more of an economic decision. Capital outlays a bit more at the start, but the recurring costs after that are a bit more manageable.
There's another short ball there from Amy.
And again, running up as soon as the ball was delivered. And, you know, it's... If I was the manager, I'd just stay there for a moment or two.
Yeah, follow through on the delivery and make sure you get it away well. That's far more important than chasing it up. It's not bad weight.
But after picking up a 4, you want to take the benefit of that by scoring the next end. Even a single would be good. Whereas it's the opposite for the Kiwis. They want to get that 4 back again.
Looks a little tight, but
yes, it's holding at the moment. Needs to find a gap. Well, it didn't have the weight. That was the problem. More weight would have carried it out further. A lot of short balls going in.
it's a very, very good ball. And the shot. Yeah, very good Zambia ball. Just getting around that front short one.
Oh, look at that for an action. That's more like a golf shot. I've just chipped it into the hole. That was an 8-iron shot. There was better weight there, but just couldn't fight her way through the short stuff.
Yeah, ending up in the pack.
Good position for Zambia here because they're holding that single shot that they really want to score. Oh.
Yeah, New Zealand are going to have to be working through one of those holes and they perhaps hope for an edge off.
Art gallery there, just as we pan across this beautiful venue in West End and museum. Beautiful setting, trees on one side. Built in the late 1800s, funded by the International Exhibition in Glasgow. Must have made a few quid on that to build it. Bit of folklore about the museum and gallery. It's only folklore though, that the architect discovered later on that it was actually built back to front. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. But it is folklore, and I think some people like to promote that a little bit. But he did commit suicide, so it was a sad end to it.
I thought you were telling a happy story.
No. It's one of these fascinating stories. You sort of think, well, I might give you a few sleepless nights, but goodness me, oh, that's a good ball. That's an excellent ball. Well played, that girl. Oh.
She's happy with that.
Well, he doesn't look happy at the moment, but Bussy,
that's a smile.
You did it. Played it well. There we go.
Just sitting on the shot and staying there. Wonderful ball.
Not only that, but it came back very quick. That really bent in. Go on, give us a smile. One definitely. Be looking for a measure for two. Not a lot to be played at in there. Look at that. It's just going to be so difficult. I think this is going to be a hit into the pack and hope shot.
They've got a few bowls there to punch through, but it's all a case of what angle you get them on, and ideally they're looking for that centre bowl.
There's nothing really set up. There's no plants into it. There's nothing that looks clean. It's a bit of a rock and roller into it.
A rumble.
Yes. I like the rock and roll, but you know, it's a bit of an Elvis Presley into the head. That's all.
You don't like rumble in the jungle?
Nope. Oh, it did actually. Great fight. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's the problem. She was coming in on it and hoping, and she's pushed in another ball from Zambia. There's two now, and they're looking at the third. So really, it was a measure for shot, and then suddenly, within two balls, they're measuring for three. That's why those sort of little rumbly shots are dangerous. Not quite sure what's going to happen. Sometimes you have no choice. It's a percentage shot. Foul down there, sorting out quickly. Doesn't mess about. Yep, 3 after a 4, and suddenly this match has taken on a totally different complexion from 11-1, 14-1, and now suddenly it's 14-8 to the Kiwis. There's that little rumble shot and a little tap in for the other ball that made the treble. Technical term. Just one of the guys back home in my club plays that little sort of rumbling game, as we call it, a little rock and roll game a lot. Likes to come into heads and get results, and actually does it quite successfully.
You're liking that term now, aren't you?
Yeah, it's just a whole lot harder when you have to draw after it. That's the problem.
Come on, Kashana. Come on, Everlyn.
Selina, you hop on this bud. Come on now. Come on, Selina. Hold to it. Run.
Now Selina's getting up that first ball on a more regular basis. Yeah, that's the idea, girl.
Good start from both leads on that occasion.
I just think this game has tightened up considerably. I think the Kiwis maybe thought, right, we're out of the blocks here pretty quick and things are going well, but they're getting pegged back. Another good ball from Everlyn.
Just shows you can never afford to relax in a game.
Certainly not in this sport, you can't.
Selina with her second lead bowl. Dropping short.
Sophia. And not you.
You can draw down there too, Ames. Bring in close, build it up.
Percent shot on the forehand, just rest into the bowl or turn the jack, take something away.
Just to arrive up onto that bowl and
Come on now, Amy.
give it a
Real
chance.
close, Amy. Come on now.
That's the idea. Big gap, but got the back one.
That's a very good effort.
Yep. Second bonus, you're not going to get the front one or the jack, you get the back one.
Here's that bowl again. just missing the edge and through the gap, but seeing that back bowl. Great position.
It's just on the wide side.
Very good weight.
Did you say we need to put a ball in?
It's not bad there. Kiss Jack is snicked across.
Another one on there, same ball.
As the Kiwis try to attack it. Could be useful.
Touch more weight, that would have come into a pretty handy position for them.
Well, that's opened the door. Made it a bit wider on the other side. No, that was her own ball, so that's good.
We've got 2 seconds, Val. If you want to play this, sit it right through.
I see they've got a game in their hands. You can
If you
just
sort of
see
play through to
the
me,
ladies from
just enough
Zambia
to get
are
on
starting
the
to put
Selina
down
side.
an awful lot more good balls. Maybe not always the way we would see things from a tactical point of view, but the end result's pretty good, and that's all that counts, because that's what goes on the scoreboard.
They'll certainly be looking to reach up onto that shot bolt.
Well, the other one's a good one as well. Yep, decent second, well done. These greens have been cropped down very, very close, I have to say. Do look like a billiard table.
Ati? Aya yadu kutari sana. Okay, kuti ya isa hapa nomba. Mukuna kuispa sana. So ndefanga mwaisa. Kuti mwaisa umena ngumuli iso.
Zeta. Just coming underneath those front bowls.
She was very close to what she was asked to do. Drop in on the inside blue ball to the right of the picture and just missed it. And Val will be attacking this a bit more now.
She needs good weight to be under that bowl.
Yeah, under that you'll float.
She's
Just got a thin edge. I think her weight was really good to be attacking into it. Just got caught.
This Val's ball just clipping that front one. Had a very good line to the jack then. Coming from out there for Foster.
No, it's too wide, but just didn't have the weight. Anything on the line and short might have been good as a protector, but not every ball is going to be perfect. It's been an attacking shot. Oh, wow. Got the edge of the jack, took the back one out, stayed in for second. Never easy when you're changing the colours of bowls and things, but you can see the stickers are there on the bowls. That's the red sticker, it's lining the shot. Blue sticker just below at the bottom of the picture, and at the top of the picture, those are the Kiwi bowls. Can be awkward for everyone, including ourselves sometimes, just to follow things. I know it would be a lot easier if every country had their own bowls made specifically for them. It would help all of us, to be honest, but it's not the case. Oh, yes.
Wonderful result
Oh, yes.
for Foster with that bowl.
Take that. Well,
Oh, she had good weight. She was up in the area.
Exactly. She was in the area. It wasn't a major.
Here's that bowl again. Just a slight edge off that.
Just a slight edge. No more than that. You know, take that one all right. No need to apologise for that one.
And they see that smile now.
No, it's going to have no choice with the Kiwis now. They'll be right up at this. 2 bowls will go clean. Just see how good she is at driving on these heavier greens. Oh, that bumped away a bit. Oh, she got a result, has she? Don't think so. She actually hit the target, but on delivery, she seemed to hit the ground first. Two shots of Zambia. We're so used to seeing this very smooth drive, but yeah. Oh my goodness me! I thought that. Yeah, I thought that it really did go up in the air. She got onto the target eventually, but wow, don't see that too often. This level.
I guess she's probably trying to put extra weight on it, knowing that the greens are heavy, and just left her hand a little bit too late.
8 days of practice beforehand. That's what that's for. Practice it beforehand so you don't miss your timing when you're playing in the pressure game. I think the big thing about that was that she must have been on the right line, even though it bumped up in the air. Her hand must be going through on the line because the ball ended up getting on target. So, you know, it was just a mistimed release. That was all. Can't be too hard on her for that. She did hit the target in the end.
She did hit the target, yes.
Yep. No sense in making it look pretty if it's not effective. Nice little run here for Zambia. 4-3-2. 13 shots down. On stage now, only 4 away.
From a 14-1 lead, New Zealand would have to be starting to rethink things now, and
I think it's
they're in a game.
Gather themselves, regroup, all those usual little terms that people like to use.
It's where their psychology will come into play.
Yes, very much so. It's only when things get tough that you really see the true players coming out.
Selina making sure she did reach with that second one, but still
a long way away.
Sophia from Zambia dropping another one well short. Good correction on the line with this bowl. Finishing in a good position. Shot. Still plenty of room there.
Come on, Amy. Run. You're close.
Once again, chasing up after it. This time's better though.
That's a ball that was worth chasing.
Absolutely. That's the one that you're sort of thinking, I know that is close, I'm going to run up after it.
Here's that ball again from Amy. Lovely weight and line.
So run up when you know it's good. Take the congratulations. If it's not good when you run up and you get there, you get a bit of a
Should have stayed at the other end.
Yes, I should have gone into hiding.
Wait for that big hole to open up and
Yep.
suck you into it. Here's Val with her first, dropping about a metre short.
Yep, not a mile away.
Eda, certainly in the area. Maybe second shot.
Val's watching this one. Now she has to put a little bit more on her previous ball.
Which she has.
Oh, that's good there. That's really good there.
She'll be very pleased with that.
Any punch on the ball to the jack, that's a receiver. Well, Amy McIlroy's ball that's still lying there as the number one was the key ball on this end so far. As we see it coming in. Well, it's hard to tell with us if that touched the jack, but it certainly didn't look like it. But there's been marked as a toucher. Ball's now been removed. Shot ball. Now that's opened the door. That was a really good ball. She's opened the door, give herself a
Ball
chance.
again. Yeah, very, very well lined ball, that one.
Yeah. Good reaction from the team as well, because they realise now there's a chance to get at it. New Zealand need to get more balls in here. Needs an edge. Oh, it got it. There's the edge it was looking for.
A lovely weighted ball from Mandy then.
Yeah, good weight. Just got a little thin edge, but if she'd have missed the edge, she was going to be perfect.
Looking for it.
Too much this time. Well, New Zealand are going to stop the rot here. They haven't scored for 3 ends. They've lost 9 shots in the trot. So they're going to get something back here. Same line, same weight. Short-term retentive memory. That's what's needed. Well, no damage done. We'll push across, but I think it's only going to be the one. Good effort. She was reaching, she gave it a chance. Just a lot of credit from me for that. Don't like to see short balls in a spare shot situation where there's no danger. 15-10. Conference time. 4 heads better than 1. Let's all have a discussion. What do we do, girls? And usually what we come out with in something like that is I leave it very much normally to the front end and say, look girls, where do you want the jack? Where will you get it close? We'll deal with the debris after that.
Yeah, I think that is certainly a good plan if you get your leads and seconds with good balls in the head and you're confident they can do that. I think the back end can certainly be happy with any end if their up-front players are going to do that for them.
They're so crucial, especially in these heavier greens. They're absolutely critical. If we look across the place at different rinks that we get a chance to from our commentary position, you see an awful lot of short balls. So if you get those players in front of you up to the jack and the opposition drops short, you're in with a great chance. Well, they've brought the mat up. It's well up. Not jack, surely it's well up.
Doing a bit of a dance out there.
Well, she's young enough. It's only embarrassing when you get to a certain age. Then you get so old where it's not embarrassing. Everybody loves it.
Got to be able to laugh at yourself.
Yep. Unless one of your family's watching you, my daughter would be horrified.
Come on, Selina. Run this. Looks good. This one.
Everlyn bafirwa bene tie. Akuti balapile. Yeah. Okay. All right. 1.
Good, bud. Beat that pipe plan. Come on, Neo.
Selina looking to correct her weight from her first.
Well played. Very
Yeah, that's
good.
better.
Much better. Little touch on the way past.
But again, it's where the first one should have been.
True.
There's an element of recovery going on. Instead of driving the bus, they're really trying to chase it a little bit.
Makutuka mami na kami.
Good shot,
A
Ames.
little correction there
Got
from
that.
Everlyn.
Good, Ames. Grab him.
That one's motoring along a
Good.
bit.
Very good. Good spot, bud. Well done.
Yep. Chucking through up the gears.
Good thing in it. At least it's up the back and splits those 2 bowls from Zambia in case the jack ends up getting moved back.
Esana kuluna mumoneka bwino. Naka moneka bwino mdala. Well done.
Good bowl
You're in
from
a real good spot
Sophia.
here, Ames. You drill the shot now. Build
Little
it
touch
up.
on the jack.
Build it in the head. Amy, run it. Run.
Amy chasing this one. A little bit tight, a little bit short. Long way short.
There's been some good balls on that second delivery in particular, but if we look back at the statistics, I think you might find there's a lot of short ones. She runs up after the ball.
Yes, Sophia. Yes, Sophie. Yes, Sophie. Mdala.
Sophia just dropping through.
Not a bad position there.
Beat that last one, Val.
It's certainly lovely conditions for these players, and especially players from countries from a warm climate. Val knew that wasn't up. As soon as she let it go, she realised she was nowhere near it. Relaxed, that's the problem. Exactly what you can't afford to do.
I think in these conditions you just need to make sure you're mentally switched on every time you step on that mat.
Yep.
Get it, Val.
No, that was better in terms of weight, but if you're going to put a ball down there and get blocked on it, it's only your own fault.
Yes, it's running into your own ball. You can only blame yourself.
It's opened the door though. Much bigger channel to come through.
Probably coming through just enough.
Just slipping by, mate.
There's been a lot more interaction between the girls and the Zambia team since that 6th end when they picked up a number.
Yeah, as soon as I got that forward, it seemed to make a big difference. But there's that big open channel now, just dropping in on the short side, and backhands virtually out of commission for the right-handers. That's a pretty good target for Mandy. Once you get through there, you've got a chance.
Good weight.
Yep, there we go. Now, where's it going? Well, it came off the red ball. It looks like it might be a blue ball lurking back there. Very difficult for us to see. That would have been a very difficult shot in backhand. Not a lot of choice though.
They'll be looking just to turn their ball up onto the jack.
And that's what Val's indicating. Forehand draw. A little bit of discussion going on. The skip.
Pass would be great.
Val Smith, always a good competitor. She knows how to dig in, dig deep, scratch out a win.
She clears that front one.
That really was created in many ways by Val Smith earlier in the end. Her first ball, and now that's 2 balls that got caught on it, so 25% of their output has been ruined by that ball.
This is a good effort here. That's a very good shot there from...
Can't argue with that one.
Here it is again. Just the right line and weight. Sitting that through and rolling in for shot. She's excited.
Yep, absolutely. Everything was happening there. Big excitement from the rink, and that's exactly what they're doing now. Now they're enjoying themselves. Now you can feel that it's in their body language. They're running up and down, they're chatting to each other, and suddenly the cues have started just to close down a little bit. Commonly known as "get in there, you girl, you." Well played. Well done.
Very good start from the lead from Zambia, Everlyn. Selina will be wanting to at least reach with her first, which she has. A long way behind, but behind's better than short. Everlyn just dropping short with her second one.
I'll tell you what, there was only a couple of shots in this game towards the last end or two. Zambia are going to get a sniff of a win, and they're going to get very, very excited after the way they've started this match.
Two quite loose bowls from Selina on that occasion, but both in behind.
It hasn't been her best game, I have to say. It's been a little bit inconsistent. I just wonder how much the rink is to do with that. The thing is that there are some good balls being played down the rink, so that means that the line is available. Step off the mat afterwards. You can see the forward body movement being required in these heavier greens. He's struggling to get them there.
They're starting to build the fence in front.
Well, that's what I was saying. You get the first one or two close bowls in, well, the opposition will drop short for you. They'll put the blockers in and make it difficult. Now, let's just see where this goes. Needs a correction. She's breathing in. Interesting. All the usual stuff that's needed. Stayed back that time. That's better.
Much better ball.
Yeah.
Very good ball.
I saw her sucking a little bit of oxygen before she played it. She played the ball, she stopped herself, and then started to chase after it. And that's exactly what you need to do, instead of running off the mat. So either she's worked it out herself or someone's had a word, but either way.
She just needs to remember now.
Yep, she's taking it on board.
It's a very good effort. All of Zambia as well on the run in.
It's not going to make it easy.
I wouldn't be wanting to have dropped that one short.
Too many short balls. Oh, that's a very good effort as well. Just giving it a bit of a look as if to say, why didn't it end up in the jack?
She's finding this gap just beautifully under that. Didn't need to touch anything.
Yeah, stopped very quickly, that was all.
What's that? No, we do need another one in there. You try, even if you're sort of coming.
3 good balls in the head.
The thing is that they're lining the shot. They have to be very careful, New Zealand, because they don't want to give the shot away, but at the same time the forehand's out of commission, or virtually out of commission. And how they're going to fight their way through it. The backhand's got all the opposition. And that's a good idea. She's coming around it, putting the back one in. That's a better ball there. Be interesting to see the biometric output of all of this stuff that's been going on. Statistical analysis, forehand, backhand, short, long. Don't think it would look too good, to be truthful with you.
Zambia would be looking to pump their bowl through onto the shot bowl. The weight's there. It's something. Oh, very unlucky. Very good effort.
No conversation going on here because they really need to score. Really want to score.
Foster just missing with her last.
But there's only one shot that Zambians are going to be playing. That's a backhand with weight. So you either block the hand, which actually is not too difficult to do as people are dropping short on a regular basis on the line, or else you play a very good ball on the forehand, and it doesn't really look as if it's an easy road in on the forehand.
She's missed those front ones, missed that one.
Oh. Okay, folks, she wasn't playing that. No. Take my word for it. She really, really wasn't playing that. Having said that, it's another ball in the head. It's probably not second shot, according to our rings, but it was fortuitous. Let's put it that way.
Here it is again, just finding that gap, little edge. Oh. She'd be celebrating over that result.
Yeah, well, it's not bad. She'd have preferred the jack because the back position was giving her 3 shots, so...
They were probably trying to take the shot away from Zambia.
That was the whole idea.
Yes, so...
What's that? I think anyway. Yeah, you want to go quick. We want a lot of the jack.
Bit of bother here. Yep, there we go for the runner. Shot against. Got the jack. Ah, that was the way she wanted. Now, where is it finished? Took the back ball out on the way. This could be a good count for them. Clean jack was the perfect result. There it is. That's her own ball. We'll need the marker now to confirm things. They've already sorted things out. Yep, big turnaround. Very big turnaround. We knew the back position was New Zealand's.
Very good running shot of Mandy's here, picking up the jack, going right back to the ditch.
She actually took one of her own balls away on the way through, but 3 shots, well, that could be critical now. That was a perfect delivery. Foster Banda had played a very good ball with her last delivery to get the shot. But the Kiwis found a way. Pick up the treble, 18-11, 4 ends to go.
Maybe we'll give them the boost they needed to lift that extra gear. Mandy got that one away very smoothly too.
Good, Selina. Love your track. You're close. You're close, Selina. Well played. Good. Two through the box.
As he's waving at this one. Out high, wide. No chance out there.
You pick.
Building this pace of green.
Come on down. Come on down, Leanne, all the way. Beautiful all the way. Beautiful line, yeah. Definitely hold the one. Finish all around. Who's still there? Come on, Ames. Just on a draw now. Run, run. All else.
It's a bit short.
Not far. Next one.
These open heads are dangerous for both teams. You can lose a 2 or 3 shots and nothing looks too complicated. So whoever gets into this first, a good chance of hanging on to it.
Try on. Go this time, bud. Okay.
Certainly plenty of room there. Drawing on either hand.
Jack's looking good. Amy.
Amy chasing this one.
Amy. Around. Good. Very good.
Going through, but always handy at the back.
Nothing complicated about the deliveries of the Zambian team. They're just getting down, deliver the ball in a simple way. So much easier when it comes to fixing something that goes wrong. It's a good ball.
Just the one down.
Bella's such a focused player.
And she's reaching with this. Yep, good ball.
And good ball from Val. See the concentration from the moment she stepped on the mat. Here's that ball again. Coming in with Val's. Just slipping past, dropping in there for shot.
It's a better way actually. If it wasn't going to be in front of the jack, she's left a gap for the opposition to go through. But they're not up when the shot's against, and they have back position. Must be reaching.
What page in the manual is it?
I don't know, I haven't written it yet. I'll think of something. I don't do that. My book won't be about coaching, believe me. Lots of people do that. It's going to be all about these little stories from Commonwealth Games and World Championships and Internationals. Good ball again, Val, well played. Good stuff. Two really good goals. She's the first one to really step up in this end and say, I'm going to take this on.
Here's his second ball of Val's coming down, sitting the second shot, making 2 for New Zealand.
Good effort.
Oh.
That's what I was saying about the gap that was left before. Sometimes you're almost better with the ball 6 or 8 inches away from things. It offers up that gap for the opposition to go through.
Had they got that jack right in the middle, would have carried it right through to the back. They gave it a chance.
I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 shots though.
Yeah, you know, if you finish here, you're in a good hole, but that's...
Very close for the second one.
All the way up, buddy. All the way.
Good line of Mandy's bowl, but dropping a good bit short.
Yep, just Skip doesn't waste any time, does she, Foster? She just gets down and plays it.
Couple of feet, mate.
Ooh, that's a long way away, because she's been playing some good balls. This is a chance. Good chance for another treble. It's a bit wide to me. Yeah, she's going for cover actually. She's not even bothering with the jack. Decided that she wanted cover, but gone too far through.
Jackie's hard to get right back from the angle it's sitting, but
Yeah,
Foster electing to try to draw.
dropped up short. One on a measure, I think.
Yeah, one, possibly two down at the head. It's always very important to reach. If you happen to miss going through, at least you've given it a chance.
That's what we thought it was, 2 shots. Well, that should be enough now to get New Zealand over the line in this match. It looked very good at 14-1. It looked a bit shaky a few ends later, 15-11. But they've managed to pick up a 3 and the double. So pressure's off in the last 3 ends. Relax, play better bowls because of it.
We'll be hoping now to maintain a bit of a margin, so any shots they drop now, they would hope to keep to 1.
A little whip round on the hand towards the end of the delivery. Ball is well away by that stage.
Again, not great opening bowls from the New Zealand lead.
It's been a bit of a struggle today for Selina, I have to say.
She had some good shots in there, but quite a few loose ones.
Well, I think the opposition hasn't taken advantage, and that's been it's been a help.
Yes.
Really, there's been ample opportunity, but I do wonder sometimes when you get players who are obviously well coached and good players to make it to this level, especially from New Zealand, Australia and places like that, where there's a lot of competition for that lead spot. So I just wonder if the rinks are making it very difficult for them.
Well, it certainly doesn't look easy out there.
Well, still nothing too close to the jack at the moment for both teams, and not a particular worry for New Zealand. They're comfortable now, some 9 shots in front. Should be keeping the game moving along. haven't played yet for 2 hours, so still a few minutes short of that. Again, that's not bad, but that's the closest ball. It's some 2.5 feet away.
Both teams having to navigate their way past those bowls a metre or so short on the track in.
Sophia, come.
This looks like a good bowl coming in here. And pretty good enough for shot.
Yep, that's the first one that's worried the jack in any way.
Come on, Val. You're close. Run. Run.
Val trying with this one, just needs to hurry. Not quite.
Very good line.
I think she knew she was close. It was just a matter of whether it's going to make the journey or not.
We're making the next delivery a little more difficult with another one just in front. Both hands not looking too friendly.
Blocked up a bit, no doubt about that. So, but again, one shot's not going to be a big issue for New Zealand. They'll be happy enough to lose a single.
Oh, it's way through that gap. Oh,
Well,
just snuck through.
he just needed a little bit more to be sure. It's pretty close though. I think it's still 1 to Zambia, but that was 2 good balls by Val Smith. She more or less closed this head down now. No chance of losing a 5 or anything like that. That would have created some problems. Not too far away with that one.
All right, Zambia just pushing their bowl in. But as you say, these final stages, if you can keep it down to a minimum count, if you are going to lose an end, it's a good result.
Good look at this. Skip Mandy Boyd. And backwards, just trying to work out which is the best way to play it.
Selina here. Hurry a bit quicker than that. Give it a good chance, mate. Come on.
She's in looking for the ball. Oh wow, that's opened the door. That's good. Connection with a couple of balls, wiggled her way through. Now got back position. Now that is very wide. Just see how much it comes back. Here it comes. Good effort.
Bringing their bowl in.
Yep.
Got 2 there now.
Picked her own ball out. It's never going to get back itself, but by punching in the other ball, it's helped considerably.
Mandy can play through that bowl and hold on to the jack herself.
I think ideally you're looking in there or onto there. You know, quick.
Bit of instructions going on there.
Drive the gaps, get the gap, you're good.
It'll be a running ball no matter what. It should come down pretty quick. Got the back position, there's no reason why you can't attack it. Yep, here it comes. It was good the last time. Yep, got the jack. Now let's see what happens if it's in the ditch or it's on the respot. It's going on to the respot position. It's not in the ditch, it's in the respot position. There it is. And I would say that's a lot of space to draw the shot. this one will come all the way around. Oh, good ball. Really good
Very
ball.
good
Well
ball.
done. That wasn't as easy as it looked. I know there was a lot of space, but it's heavy out there. That's a very good delivery. So it's 1 to Zambia.
2 good shots by these skippers with their last bowls. Here's that last draw shot from Zambia, coming in beautifully.
Yes, it had to go out wide into the wilderness. Now what we say when we say it's in the wilderness, not because the grass is any longer out there, it's just that the grass hasn't been played on. And when it hasn't been played on, generally speaking, it's heavier. So that was a very good ball to judge that. Kiwis not be too worried about losing a single. They'll be playing the match out the next 2 ends. Some of the other matches are over, so the players have managed to go back in and enjoy their air-conditioned rooms. This one looks a bit adventurous. Yeah. Too adventurous in the ditch.
Good job, Selina. A little bit.
Zambia really need to score 4 here to give themselves any sort of a chance in the last end.
Close. Bit more, run. Bit more. Good shot, Neil. Screw the start. Well played.
Good start from Selina.
That's better. Big smile.
Don't fall that far behind.
All a new experience.
And again, Selina, I really need another one.
In many ways, that's probably why Val Smith's in the position she's in, playing third. She has that link role between the youth at the front and young Skip.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Val, very, very good team player. She would certainly be able to calm the girls down and G them up and give them good instruction as the game unfolds.
Play now for a couple of hours with 2 ends to be completed, so we're going to be pretty close to the maximum time limit. Good ball. Really good ball.
Amy coming up very nicely, just slipping underneath their bowl. Lovely shot.
So that was the perfect channel to come down, her own to hit in at the same time.
Mandy very pleased with that one, as she should be. Gave that a chance.
Another one in there.
Well, so a repeat of the last delivery would be good. She can remember it, short-term memory. Line and weight. She's young.
She shouldn't have problems with short-term memory.
No, not. It's remarkable how difficult it is to remember the line and weight from a minute or 2 minutes before.
One down, bit more.
There you go. It's looking a bit vulnerable, that jack, I have to say. Certainly looks like it's there to be plucked out and into the ditch. Not sure I would have played it that way, though.
Yeah, I think they would have been looking to get it out of there while there was still a pathway. Bowder's dropping short on that occasion, but she's played some very good bowls in the last few ends.
Channel is still there. You need to be attacking this jack, not just trundling into it.
While they're dropping short, they're not giving themselves any chance of picking up any kind of a number.
Well, that's why it's absolutely perfect for New Zealand, the way this head's going. They're lining the shot. And all that's happening really is that Zambia are dropping short, and they should be really punching through it. I think that's what Foster Band is saying. Look, I need to drive that jack into the ditch.
And if they had 2 or 3 bowls that metre or so behind, would be well worth playing that shot too.
I think when they were chatting there, they'd forgotten they didn't have the next bowl. The rink was actually owned at that stage by New Zealand, and they're standing waiting for them to have a little chat.
I think that was just an oversight on that occasion.
Well, it was, because the Kiwis just smiled at them. Might have been different if the game had been very, very close, but there we go. Oh, good effort. But it stayed up a little bit longer, it would have blocked that hole. Not too much at the back looking around either, so jack in the ditch is good for Zambia for at least one. It's a shot to play. Just all the way through him. I'm surprised he's playing it that way, though. It's very difficult to come back. Just there. Looks like a better channel down in the backhand with a lot of weight.
Oh, certainly up underneath. There's a nice pathway through onto the jackal bowl. It'd be very hard to play the hand she did around those short ones.
Anything on the deep side here is good.
Very good, Mandy. Very good.
Yeah, that's good. Good ball there.
Very good position.
New Zealand line a couple of shots at the moment, and they're still playing the forehand. Zambia, they must be able to see something that we can't. It's just, again, it's not the way I would have played it, but
Very difficult to come back onto the jack from around those short bowls, those front bowls.
Chance of 2 or 3 shots for the Kiwis, and they're going to make this look quite comfortable in the end in terms of the scoreline, but as a match it certainly hasn't been. Still one more end to play. Oh, might have made it. If it's anyway close, they'll certainly have to measure because it's important. Just check and see what it says. Just dropped up a bit short. There we go. He's seeing us 2 by the looks of it. Yep. Sometimes a little bit difficult unless they turn the little lollipops around for us. It's an old system, but it's a very simple system. and it works. Stick the lollipops up so we can see who scored how many.
Yes, why change something that's not broken?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Come on down, Goddard. All the way. Well done, everybody. Come on now.
So, last end of this women's fours, 22-12, New Zealand in front of Zambia, having survived a little bit of a score collapse at one stage from 14-1 to 14-10, but picked themselves up and recovered. Now 10 up into the last end, so they're going to win the match. It's just by how many is the question, and they won't want to lose a big count here because you just never know if you need to go and count back to qualify.
Correction. Selina.
A couple of dropouts in this group regarding certain countries, but Zambia no mugs after they beat Wales, and of course New Zealand have beaten Zambia now, so it's all going to get a bit fiddly, a bit complicated, and somewhere along the line might come down to shot average. Well done, Selina.
Just missing a line of touch there, Amy, but the weight looked to be pretty good.
So 10 shots difference at the moment. I want to extend that a little bit more. Shot difference is important. Oh, that was a nice little edge. I'll take a bit of that, thanks.
Okay, well played.
Maybe noticed as well, Sharon, that the Zambian players, whenever they were coming back into the match and they were getting a bit more excited and the body language was positive, New Zealand sort of retracted into fighting mode, and now it's gone the other way.
Yes.
Relatively quiet.
And New Zealand are having a bit of fun out there. Do you see that often when games are changing?
Can you say with the jack as well? Yeah.
Wow, good idea. Big wide hats.
Boys have just noticed themselves on the screen.
I actually left, believe it or not, I left mine at home thinking I wouldn't need it. I've got a great hat like that. Oh, there's no way I'm going to need that in Glasgow. What a mistake that was.
Yeah, definitely slap with it.
That's what they say. That's what they say down in Australia, is it? Slip, slop, slap. Yep. I'm not sure if I would like to say that late in the evening. I think we do say just make sure that the factor 50 is slopped on. Can't take risks out there in the sunshine. We're just watching this match coming to a conclusion here. It's been, in the end, a comfortable win for New Zealand. Without a few hiccups on the way, though. Val Smith. experienced head of this four. Well, let's just push another one of our own balls a little bit closer.
New Zealand team wouldn't be too concerned. They've got holes around.
It's just a close-out head, really. You know, if you get a chance to get the shot, fine, take it, no problem. But otherwise, don't worry about it. You're going to lose a single. Haven't seen any real interference from any of the New Zealand management, so you always know that they're comfortable. Otherwise, they'll be hovering at the end of the rink, ready with words of encouragement. One shot to Zambia, and the head looks a bit of a nightmare to try and get into it with all those short balls.
Mandy playing her second last bowl of this match.
Track's real good.
Drawing in.
I think it's just a closed down job. You know, I can't see Zambia being in a situation of picking any more than one, maybe two up on this end. And
just going through the motion, so to speak.
yeah, there's a short ball going in. It's really of no consequence whatsoever. Mandy will just be drawing this, and no point in doing an awful lot with it. A little tap of her own ball over would be a bonus, just to ease into things. Yeah, looking for an edge to come off. Skip Foster Banda doesn't waste any time. This one's going to drop short. It's going to be 1 to Zambia. There we go. So in the end, 9-shot win for New Zealand.